Today's obituaries are brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home. Funeral services for Charles W. Beck, 81 of West Point, will be at 2 p.m. tomorrow at Ebenezer Baptist Church, burial in Ebenezer Cemetery. The body will lie in state 1 to 2 p.m. at the church. Moss Service is directing. Mr. Beck passed away yesterday. Funeral services for Wanda Johnson, 54 of Coleman, are incomplete and will be announced at a later time by Coleman Funeral Home. Ms. Johnson died yesterday at her residence. Funeral services for Willie Otis Oden, age 87 of Summerdale, passed away Saturday at a local health care facility. The family will receive friends 6 to 8 p.m. tomorrow. Wolf Bay Funeral Home in Foley is in charge. Funeral services will be at 10 a.m. on Thursday at the Wolf Bayview Funeral Home Chapel. The interment will follow in Lay Cemetery. Funeral services for Judy Barbie Amos, age 78 of Holly Pond, will be at 2 p.m. today at Holly Pond Funeral Home Chapel. Terry Blankenship and Jeremy Calloway officiating interment in Holly Pond Cemetery. Ms. Amos passed away on Sunday. Graveside services for Serena Agnes Johnson, age 97 of Coleman, will be at 3 p.m. today at Welty Cumberland Presbyterian Cemetery. Wayne Williams will officiate. Coleman Heritage is directing. Ms. Johnson passed away Sunday at Woodland Village. Visitation will be 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. today at the funeral home. Funeral services for Fred William Apt, age 87 of Coleman, will be at 1 p.m. tomorrow at St. Paul's Lutheran Church. Reverend John Bussman officiating. Interment in Coleman City Cemetery. He will lie in state 1 hour prior to service. Coleman Heritage is directing. Mr. Apt died on Saturday in Coleman long-term care. And those are our obituaries for today, brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home.
Good morning and welcome to Today on 2. It is a lovely Tuesday morning. Sun is shining outside. It's going to be a great day.
I think it is too.
It's going to be a great day, and looking at the weather, I say it's going to be an even greater day. Our weather is brought to you by Mitch Chevrolet, located on Cherokee Avenue. Make the switch to Mitch. Our almanac for the 21st of May, the average high is 83 degrees and the average low is 56 degrees. The record high is 96, and this was set back in 1941. The record low was 39 degrees, set in 1993. The sunset tonight will be at 7:47, and the sunrise tomorrow morning will be at 5:41. Let's take a look at our radar picture across the United States, and we don't have any activity over us, but there is some in the Tennessee, moving across Tennessee. But our area looks fairly clear today, so let's take a look at our forecast for today. It's be mostly sunny today with a high near 88. The rain chances will improve tonight with a 20% chance of rain, mostly cloudy conditions with a low around 66. Tomorrow, that chance of rain continues, but it ups to 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms with a high around 82. Thursday, partly sunny, 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms with a high around 82. And Friday through Memorial Day, it's clear, mostly sunny with highs in the upper 70s, lower 80s. So it's going to be clear and sunny for your Memorial Day weekend. I guess you could prepare to get outside and
hopefully so.
have a wonderful time.
Yes. I'll tell you, though, that the storms that hit Oklahoma yesterday is kind of deja vu for a lot of people here in Coleman 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. But this looks like it is devastating, like what it did to Tuscaloosa, just flatten that whole area, and my hearts go out to the family members and everybody. That, of course, destruction of property is terrible, but the children, I just hate the fact that there's so many children. I'm thinking they're still missing. They had 24 that they couldn't account for.
I believe the last date that I heard, I don't know exactly what it was, but it was like the fatality count that was like 50 or so as of that point.
Right.
I think 21 of them were children.
Right, but I think last night on the news I heard that there are still 24 missing children missing, unaccounted for. That I don't know if they were in a school building. They just don't know for sure where they are. Or what they're looking and everything. But we had this terrible devastation 2 years ago here, but we had 2 deaths, 51 people that are dead, and all the children that are involved in it, and it's just so sad. I just feel so sorry for those families and everything. So please keep them in your prayers today.
For sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, on a better note, let's look on our Facebook friend of the day and see who's our Facebook friend for today.
All right, let's look at that. Brittany Aldridge Cooper is our friend for the day, and she likes the Weather Channel and CNN. Well, I bet you she had an exciting day yesterday if she was watching the weather.
She's up today.
Yes, she is. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, very good for her, and we're glad she's our friend. And, of course, if you want to be our friend, just like us on Facebook and go to Channel 2, spell out the number 2, Coleman.
All right, and we would like to salute some people today.
Yes, we
Channel 2 Coleman, Bill Floyd State Farm Insurance, and Coleman Jefferson Gas. We would like to salute the Coleman City Schools Foundation for the 2013 Distinguished Alumni Selections.
Go ahead, sorry.
Okay. Alan C. Burns, Senior, which is the class of 45. Tom Drake, our very own Tom Drake, class of 49. Dr. Sidney R. Gibbs, Sr., class of 59, and Dr. C. Eugene Scrubs from class of 56.
And Dr. Jenny Grissom Folsom from the class of 64, Caroline Reddick Lawson from the class of 70, Neil Allen Faust from the class of 77, and Dr. Brad Moody from the class of 96. So look at all those doctors on there.
Yep.
That's
very
impressive.
distinguished alumni.
Yes, they were.
And the 2013 Distinguished Service Selections is Mona Hopper and Susan Harbin, which is the class of 84.
Right.
So,
and anyway,
let's recognize those people. So, who is going to be our guest for today?
Well, Officer Cindy Rorshieb, I said it right, I think, is back with us. She's talking about RAD Kids, which is a self-defense class for kids. She teaches for the women, and so it's a great idea. I took that class last time, really enjoyed it. Need to take it again because she's right. You forget. You need to just take it and take it and take it till you really feel comfortable with it. But this is for the kids, so I think it's a great idea.
Sounds great.
Yep.
Well, George is here with the news and commentary. Hopefully he'll have a better update as to everything going on across the U.S. and maybe even more.
Okay.
We'll have a visit from the guests and some merch ads right after these breaks.
There's stuff around your house, but we don't make stuff. We make ovens. Dual fuel, double ovens. And they bake so evenly that now delicious is something you can depend on. We only make things for one room. The best room. Your kitchen. We're devoted to it. And you can feel it in everything we make. Nobody knows the kitchen like KitchenAid.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Coleman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Moody. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
At Premier Bank, we take pride in serving our community. We respect our customers, and we've won awards for our ethical conduct. We're motivated to do all we can for you, and we're interested in your banking needs. We're efficient, safe, and sound, and our relationships with our customers are second to none.
At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Time for news and comment on this 21st day of May, 2013. All kinds of bad news coming out of Oklahoma with all those deaths and all. and probably there will be more, once they get everything cleared out. But, well, that's going to take an operation itself to get all that cleaned up. Looking at the Morning Coleman Times, lead story is the Alabama Army National Guard 167th has come home from Afghanistan, parts of Afghanistan. They arrived yesterday after 9 months in various places over there. The Coleman Times did an interview with Christy Ryan. She is the wife of Lieutenant David Ryan, who is coming home to meet their 2-month-old, them and their 2-month-old son. So the first time he's been able to see his son. And, of course, it's big news, if you've got a family member born while you're overseas. She says, though, that he's been able to FaceTime through the internet, of course. And he was there for the birth on Skype. Skype is a means by communication over the internet. Visual communication is the live picture and all. It's amazing what's available now. But it's brought to mind some of the changes, immense changes since the 60s during Vietnam. A soldier or a Marine or a sailor overseas in the 60s, if you wanted to call home, first of all, it'd have to be a basic emergency. But if you did, you had to have go to a Mars station, and you had a shortwave radio you'd communicate. The funny thing about that is that I tried talking to my mother at one point, but you'd have to say over. When you finished your part, you'd say over, which meant someone along the line, maybe in Guam, would switch the feed so that now that person could talk back to you. When she was finished, I'd say to Mama, make sure you say over. Over? She said, anyway, it was confusing, those kind of communications. In Desert Storm, they had in some of the little colonies where they'd put the Americans. You couldn't live out with the populace in Saudi Arabia, but they would have telephones, and that's where we were. We had in a place where we had a telephone. So you had Marines backed up around the block in the evenings, if you weren't out there in the infantry trying to call home, but you actually had a phone call over a real telephone. You waited for hours and sometimes all night. Now you've got Skype and all these other things, and it's just amazing what is available now, and that's good. Republican lawmakers down in Montgomery yesterday overrode Governor Robert Bentley's amendment to the Alabama Accountability Act. They instead decided to keep what they had, what he signed to begin with. And that's causing a little bit of a problem. Bentley signed the Accountability Act, first of all in March, but he said delaying the $3,500 per person tax credit, which will divert funds from the state's education trust fund, would allow time to pay back some $423 million the trust fund owes the state's rainy day fund. Representative Randall Shedd, who represents a small portion of Morgan County, also was one of the few Republicans who voted in favor of Bentley's amendment. That's kind of interesting. And he initially voted for the bill to begin with, apparently. Now, of course, this gun bill is going to the governor for signature. It makes it easier to carry concealed weapons and such, carry your weapon in your car. So I don't know. All this aimed, of course, at the fact that a lot of folks think that this administration in Washington is trying to take our weapons from us, our guns. Also, let's see. There's have you been to see the new Star Trek movie? I haven't been yet, but they say there's a message there. The producer in an interview says, it's no spoiler, I think, to say that there's a huge backbone in this film that's a comment on recent U.S. interventionists, their overseas policy, coming from Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld. Even Star Trek's blaming it on Bush already. Get real. What? I can't understand that. And I don't like necessarily those kind of movies that have a political bone to pick or want to go out there and start slamming people, right? But that's apparently is what has happened there. On this day back in 1899, you realize that this man whose name was, let's see, what was his name here? Jacob German was going down the street in Manhattan at a blazing 12 mile an hour. He was driving an electric car, and he's the first person in America to get a speeding ticket at 12 miles an hour. And he's driving an electric car on top of that. Can you believe that? Didn't even know they had batteries back in 1899. And finally, Monday's Memorial Day, and we're going to be doing an interview with Norman Hale. Those people in Vinemont, many of them know Norman. He lives in their community. The Korean prisoners of war, our Americans who were POWs in that war, first of all, we didn't even know, many of us didn't know, that the Chinese decided to jump into that war and help the Koreans, the North Koreans, right? And whenever all these prisoners were taken, and all these troops were surrounded and taken as prisoner, they were marched up into up right next to China. And the North Koreans, being their nature, I guess, they said, we can't feed these people, just shoot them. Kill them. We're talking about thousands and thousands of Americans. Shoot them. Russia said, no, don't do that. Chinese, indoctrinate them in communism, and we'll help feed them. So they got a little bit more cracked corn and what they call high gear. We'll talk about that Monday. But it also caused a situation that when the war was over with, many thought that many of these Americans had been brainwashed. Even when prisoners of war were brought home from over there, they were put in the back of the bus in a different part of the ship because they thought, many of the American servicemen thought they had been brainwashed and had cooperated with the enemy. So many, and I didn't realize this. I mean, all the studying I've done of America's wars, I didn't realize that. It's going to be interesting to hear that interview Monday. Stay tuned. More of Today on 2 after this.
At Premier Bank, we're a bit old-fashioned. We actually answer the telephone when you call. However, old-fashioned doesn't mean we aren't up to date. With the latest technology, Premier Bank meets the various needs of our customers. Mobile smartphone banking, internet banking, ATMs, convenient offices. At Premier Bank, we have the right products right now with good old-fashioned customer service. At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Ed White Jewelers, it's a family-owned business, and we can service all your jewelry needs. We have a knowledgeable and friendly staff. And if there's something that you need that we do not carry the line of, we have a close networking with other jewelry stores also, and if they carry a line that we do not carry, rest assured we'll be able to get that piece for you. So when you think of Ed White Jewelers, that's really all you need to think about. Shop Ed White Jewelers for the good stuff.
Choices on my terms and my time. I'm in a wild state of mind. I've got goals and I'm aiming high. Wallace has choices that'll fit me just right. I'm in a wild state of mind. I'm in a wild state of mind.
And we're back with prizes to give away.
Yay!
Some
We like
stuff.
prizes.
And we have good stuff today. We have one green fee with cart, and this is at the Coleman Golf Course if you're looking for a little gift. And we also have a day pass, which is good for 6 people at the Coleman Wellness and Aquatic Center. Their outdoor pools do open this Saturday, and Neesmith Pool opens this Saturday as well. An entrance fee is 25 cents.
Oh!
A quarter.
Good deal.
So if you're looking for a pool or anything, 25 cents at Neesmith Pool. We also have the assorted bag of apples from Still Orchard. And we have the luncheon sandwich and chips from Frosting's Bakery.
Man, we've got some great prices. Y'all pay attention.
Pay attention to these ads because we will ask a question, and we will start with Deb's Bookstore. Your hometown bookstore is just down the road with used books half price every day and new books 20% off. Gift certificates are available and browsers are always welcome at Deb's Bookstore.
Come spend your summer with us. The outdoor pool's opening Saturday, May the 25th, of course, at the Wellness and Aquatic Center from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And if you could win a pass today, you can go for free.
And Baldwin Counseling Center. If you have problems, need to talk, and want privacy, call Howard Rogers. He's a lifestyle coach, but also does individual and family counseling. And if you still need help with weight loss, give Howard Rogers a call.
AutoTech foreign and domestic repair and services available in his new location right there in the Vinemont area beside Ridgecrest Community Church. That's AutoTech.
And the Cocoa Peanut Butter Brownie is the blizzard of the month. Topping pieces of peanut butter, choco chunks of brownie, and pieces of creamy vanilla soft serve. I'll get it out in a minute.
Mullins Body Shop. You've counted on them for over 50 years for auto body repair and towing, and you can count on them today. They do a great job at Mullins Body Shop.
And Night Free Insurance Agency has been providing insurance coverage for over 3 generations. They're one of the top 10 growth agencies in the state of Alabama for auto owners, and this is Night Free Insurance located on 1st Avenue Southeast. And that is a look at our merchandise for today. Our telephone number is 734-7399. Which one of our advertiser has a picture of all of the crew on the front of the ad? This is a picture of all of the crew, all of the employees that work at this particular establishment.
Right.
And that picture is on the ad. Our telephone number is 734-7399. You can win a lunch ticket and chips from Frosting's Bakery, an assorted bag of apples from Still Orchard. You can also win a green fee and cart from the Coleman Golf Course and the Wellness and Aquatic Center pass.
That's right.
Well, while we're waiting on phone calls, let's take a look at a Fest Hall advertisement.
Yeah, they've got bedding plants right now and nursery stock, flowers. They sell fresh bread. Every time I go, I usually buy that that sourdough. And they're open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. right there in the Fest Hall Marketplace.
So if you're looking for some produce, go check out the Fest Hall,
That's
locally
right.
grown.
Yep.
All right, we have a phone call ready to go. All right, good morning, caller. To whom am I speaking?
Geraldine.
Good morning. And who has all of the crew on the front of the ad?
Earl's Body Shop.
Earl's Body Shop is the correct ad. Thank you for calling in. Stay on the line. It is Earl's Body Shop. The entire crew's on the front of that ad.
They right, and they give you a message too.
They sure do. We'll check out what that message is in just a second. And we're going to start with Brown Company and Beverages. They're a specialty wine and beer store. They have the Beer Cave with barware and specialty items, large variety of domestic and imports. Go check out the great deals at Brown Company and Beverages.
And Mr. Hicks Menswear now offering suits made to your measurements. Third off of those pinpoint striped shirts. Located right there at 217 Compass Way, Mr. Hicks Menswear.
And Yates Chance Christian Bookstore graduates with honors for their selection of gifts for the senior. They have music, ebooks, jewelry, and more. This is the Yates Chance Christian Bookstore in the South Coleman Shopping Center if you need a gift for any graduate.
Tires for Less. They sell Bridgestone and Firestone, and they do a whole lot more than just sell tires. You can have your oil changed there, minor engine repair done, shocks, brakes, all that. Go see Greg and the guys at Tires for Less.
And if you're looking for diabetic shoes, they're now available at Borden Family Pharmacy. They are a Good Neighbor Pharmacy located on the corner of Eva Road and Highway 157. The finest quality diabetic footwear, period. Dr. Comfort.
And uniform featuring the Allegria shoes like Blue Bubbles and Midnight Garden. They also have Landau and Med Couture. All this at the Uniform Place at 300 2nd Avenue Southeast.
And there they are, the crew at Earl's Body Shop. All of the crews right there pictured. And they say move over for emergency vehicles, which is an important reminder in this day and age in particular. And they also have large and small towing available at Earl's Body Shop.
Bernard's Gallery and Gifts, where they sell jewelry and they have framing that they do for you, and they have prints available and small gifts, and it's a great place just to go and browse. Bernard's Gallery Gifts.
Make waves to get your boat ready for summertime with the Sony Marine Stereo System on sale for $149. This is, of course, at the Stereo Center and the Coleman Shopping Center. All right, and that is a look at our merchant ads. Remember, we'll pay those ads a visit tomorrow, and we'll have more prizes to give away.
Yes, we will.
All right, do we have any birthdays on the list for today? Let's check
think
and
we
see
have
who's
one.
celebrating a birthday.
Yes, Miss Becky Bailey has a birthday today, and her name will be put into the drawing on Friday, where she has that possibility of winning an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen. Yay!
All right, we will have a commercial break. We'll check with community billboards and see what the weather's going to look like, and then we'll have a visit and find out about Rad Kids.
Yay!
One morning they parched some corn in a wash pot and gave us a handful of it and told us put it in our pocket. We was going on a march. And we started on the death march towards where we, Camp 5-4, I spent the rest of my time in there. They said, the further we went, we'd have to stop off on the death march because the weather got so cold and the snow got so deep. It got down to 50 below zero.
while I shop at Doug Doggett Jewelers.
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
And we are back going to find out a little bit about Rad Kids, and we have in the studio today Officer Rorshieb. Welcome to the show this morning.
Thank you.
All right, so for anyone who's not familiar with what Rad Kids is, give us what it is and what kind of information we can expect to learn from it.
It is a program for basically ages 11 and under.
Okay.
And it is a safety awareness self-defense program, and RAD basically stands for Resisting Aggression Defensively. And so what we do is we teach these kids what a stranger really is, that just because you know a face or just because they're your neighbor and you see them around a lot, they're still a stranger, because unless you have like a true friendship or relationship with that person, and we go kind of explain that a lot. We do scenarios every day. They have mannequins that we will show them the target areas, and with small kids it's better if you run them through drills and let them practice it, so they learn it better when you do that. So we practice fire drills, how to escape a house fire. We practice dog safety. I have a dog puppet that is my vicious dog, and it teaches them how to ball up and protect themselves if a dog comes in the neighborhood and all of a sudden wants to attack. How do they keep themselves safe from being seriously injured? And then how to respond to a strange dog if you're not sure. Gun safety, internet safety, things that you should and shouldn't post on the internet, things that you have to be aware of. Even getting off of a school bus, things to be careful about. When you're stepping off of a school bus, going around the front, you can't see cars coming from the other side. But every day they also learn a different aspect of self-defense, how to protect themselves, how to escape an abductor. If someone tries to pull them into a car, what are some things they can do to prevent from being dragged into that car? The buddy system, the 3-second rule of not being, like sometimes we get our kids in Walmart and they see something and they go for it, not realizing that the parent's not paying attention. So we do a lot of drills that way, to where I'm the bad guy, and as soon as they're not paying attention, I'm right there, and they go, whoa, where'd you come from? And so it kind of lets them know that they need to be within 3 seconds or 3 steps of mom and dad all the time, because something else can happen, or they can get lost, and they themselves can get scared. Even if nothing happens, it's a scary situation for a kid to be lost from a parent. So parks, Six Flags, things like that are crowded. So we really try to emphasize every aspect of safety that we possibly can.
It sounds like you cover it all. Oh my gosh. It's like every child should take this class.
Because hearing like Rad Kids, I thought it was just like a self-defense class, but there's so much more.
Oh yeah, it's like I said, we cover just about every aspect that we possibly can. Calling 911, the first day they learn passwords, about a password that if someone tries to approach them in a park saying, hey, your mom's been in an accident, you need to come with me. And we run them through these scenarios, and I put all these things in their mind. Hey, this can happen, So, but yeah, they practice calling. They make mock phone calls to 911 because we have dispatchers, pretend dispatchers, that ask them questions. I teach them to be calm because dispatch needs to understand you.
Right.
So, So it's all kind of different aspects of safety, and then every day an aspect of self-defense.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good.
Now, how does the child sign up for this, or how does the parent sign up for the child?
The camp is going to be the last week of June. It's the 24th through the 28th at the Civic Center. The Coleman Civic Center has the registration forms, or you can also email me. I will be at a special event at Big Lots this weekend. They're doing a Memorial Day event there. Let's see, it's 11 to 3 at Big Lots. I will have some of these flyers. If anybody, I'll have some of that. It'll have the information on it, and then I can talk to them about registration also. But they can either email me or go to the Civic Center, and the camp is $5 for the whole week.
Wow, that's a great deal.
Yeah.
Now, hours are from when to when?
The camp starts at 9, and they pick the child up at 11.
Okay. So it's a great opportunity in the summer for the child to have something to do and really learn something constructive.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Now, how many children can you take?
Last year we had, I think, 25, but I also helped the Camp Coleman at the Aquatic Center, and I've taught up to 60 kids. So, you know, I'm used to going into the public schools and teaching large groups, but, you know, I try to cut it off around 30, 35.
Okay, that way they all get a chance to try
That way they
things
all
and
get a chance.
really hands-on type stuff and
Right.
so forth.
Yeah, that way I can take more time with them, teach them some things.
All righty. Well, it's this summer then, of course, when kids are out of school and they're, I'm bored, I don't know what to do. Well, Mom, guess what?
That's right. And we have snack time. They get to have a little refreshment time.
Wow, wow. Well, this is a great service that you guys are offering. And you said that you've done this for how many years now?
This will be my 4th summer
Okay.
of doing this. My fourth summer camp.
Okay. And ages again?
I've actually changed the ages this year so to make it a little bit better for some of the kids. I'm going to let 4-year-olds come this time, so age 4 to 10.
Okay, very
So
good.
we'll see how that goes.
Yep, you may be going there.
It might change.
Next year it might go back to 5.
Well, 4-year-olds can be very mature. If the kid thinks they're mature enough for this, then
Yes, exactly. And a lot of times they're in there with some of the bigger kids, and so that kind of helps, you know.
Right.
But my passion is to educate them as soon as I can.
Right.
You know, to teach them as soon as I can.
And then keep them coming back to these same classes every summer.
Right,
To help
to get it in
reinforce
their mind and have, you know, because if your brain can remember it and your body can retain it, it'll automatically do it for you if you do it enough.
Right.
So.
Very good. Thank you so much, Officer Rorshieb, for
Thanks
being
for having
here
me. I
today.
appreciate it. I
And
appreciate
they
it.
Just need to go to the Civic Center and register.
That's right.
Okay.
Or like I said, they can email me and I can email them the forms.
Okay, very good. Thanks.
Sounds great. Sounds like a lot of information. I might need to go take the class or just sit in.
You do need that class.
We'll be right back with Look at Community Billboards right after this message.
At Premier Bank, we are very proud of the long-lasting relationships we have with our customers. We'll go almost anywhere to meet your banking needs.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Coleman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
Meet the KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop. It might just change the way you cook. Induction technology heats the pan and not the cooking surface to offer you a new level of precision, speed, and energy efficiency. 9 settings give you different levels of heat to achieve precise temperatures and amazing responsiveness. Water boils in just seconds, making this the fastest to boil induction cooktop available. The KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it. To feel it. To be in it. To be upon it. And to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
Now it's time for our community billboards, brought to you by Pepsi and Coleman Jefferson Gas. The CRMC hosts the Stroke Prevention and Tips Seminar. You can join Director of Critical Care Paula Burks. She's a registered nurse, as she discusses important life-saving stroke prevention tips. That will be Wednesday, May the 22nd from 11:30 till 1 in CRMC's Colonel Coleman Room. It's $5 for Women's First members and $8 for others. And the Coleman Auburn Club is having their annual banquet on Thursday, May the 30th at 6 p.m. That's at Coleman Civic Center. Guest speaker will be head coach Gus Malzahn. And for ticket information, you can contact Curtis Mize at 256-347-7142. And sign up now for the bird watching program being offered June the 1st at the Pineheart Farm. The session will run from 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. and to pre-register call 256-734-0850. And if you have a community billboard you want to share with us, you can email it to channel2coleman@gmail.com, fax it to 256-734-7680, or be a friend on Facebook, Channel 2 Coleman.
And Mitch Chevrolet on Cherokee Avenue brings you the weather. Our weather forecast today will be mostly sunny with a high around 88, mostly cloudy tonight with a 20% chance of rain and a low around 66, and tomorrow mostly cloudy with a 50% chance of showers and a high around 82. Who will be, we do need to salute again. Our Coleman Power Board and Turner Family Pharmacy would like to salute this year's promising alumni selections. Great.
And Stephen M. Aldridge is from the class of 2003, and Austin T. Monk is from the class of 2007.
And the 2012-2013 Teachers of the Year, Dylan Lee, Josh Swindle, Patricia Harrison, Melanie Edwards, and Priscilla Garrison.
And Council for Leaders in Alabama Schools, Principal of the Year, goes to Lane Hill from Coleman High School.
We would like to take a minute and salute those people for their hard work and dedication to helping young people advance in this country.
Good idea. Good idea.
All right, who's going to be our guest for tomorrow?
Dr. Howard Rogers will be back. Seems like he was here just the other day, but it's already been a month, and so he'll be back to visit with us tomorrow.
All right, we want to thank you for watching today on 2.
I hope you have a great day.